Hello again, it's your friendly neighborhood host, JT Wheatley, back for another episode of the History of Comic Books podcast. This time with another edition of the classics with Calvin and Hobbes by Bill Waterson. Now, I know this is actually a comic strip and not an actual comic book, but considering the strip has ended since 1995, having begun back in 1985, the best way to read it nowadays is in those many collected book formats. My personal favorite is the hardcover complete Calvin and Hobbes, a 3-volume set that I purchased a few years ago. That is one of my favorites in my trade collection, and basically is the whole Calvin and Hobbes strip from beginning to end chronologically, along with a little commentary by Bill Waterson. It's just a classic series about a young boy, Calvin, and his make-believe or not tiger Hobbes, who's everyone else sees him as a stuffed tiger, but Calvin, he's a real tiger, and Bill Waterson was brilliant in making you go, is he real? Is he not? He plays around with it very brilliantly. But it's basically about the hijinks Calvin ensues, how he drives his parents mad, tries to get away at school, trying to avoid eating food he doesn't like, and so forth. And while when I was younger reading this strip, I got, this is more make-believe. But as I got older and started to see how little boys are around this age with my nephews and so forth, I go, no, Calvin's actually more realistic depiction of a kid than many fail to admit to. He's actually very realistic for a little boy. And in fact, too much so that one of my nephews, I gave him a fake Hobbes plush toy saying, you're a Calvin, you need a Hobbes toy. And of course, it's a fake one, technically, even though it looks just like him, because Bill Waterson famously would not let Calvin Hobbes be merchandise, which is a pity, because I think that'd be awesome to have that merchandise in somewhere, just a plush toy alone. But you can get a fairly fake one that can't be called Hobbes because he doesn't allow it. But I even got one for myself, too, because what are you going to do? Calvin Hobbes, one of the best things ever. But yeah, from running from 1985 to 1995, this is easily one of the best comic strips probably ever created, bar none. It was winner of Reuben Awards and so forth, and Bill Waterson is a legend in the field just off this one strip. And this for just a 10-year run, it's amazing, 10 years, but he left a lot of great strips to read. So I would recommend any Calvin and Hobbes books you can find is worth reading, because I doubt that strip had any low points. My personal collection is the complete Calvin and Hobbes, but that's very expensive and hard to find. But any one of the individual books you can get for like $10. So yes, that's my classic for this week, Calvin and Hobbes by Bill Waterson, a true classic in comic strip or comic book form. And now is January 21st, 2021. Time for the favorite comic of the week. Iron Fist, Heart of the Dragon by Larry Hama and David Wachner, that finds Iron Fist leaving his ward, Pei, to be babysat by his best friend Luke Cage while he goes off to investigate the Seven Kingdoms with his dwarven friend Fu to figure out what's going on with each one of their dragons, as each dragon is meant to protect each one of the kingdoms and keep them intact, as someone's apparently hunting them down. Sure enough, he finds that someone is in some awesome, epic martial arts battles. Larry Hama makes a great story. He jumps you straight into the characters, doesn't leave you really much time to know exactly, really get introduced to every one of them, but he does just enough where you know who they are and so forth. But with Pei being a fun little ward who apparently has a few martial arts skills of her own, and of course she has a pet dragon, which is equally fun and cool. And the surprise villain who's actually taking out these dragons is really fun as well. It makes for a great fight between Iron Fist and that villain. And also I really love Fu. Fu's like a fun little dwarven character. He's almost like a Yoda in a weird way, but a lot of fun and overforth. And David Wachner, his art is gorgeous and action-packed, great depiction of the Seven Kingdoms and all the fights and so forth. So yeah, this looks to be a fun read. Iron Fist has had something of a revival lately with the Netflix show, and it's great to see him coming back more into the forefront, and this is a great read starting out. So yeah, if you're interested in Iron Fist and something a little different, check this out, the Iron Fist, Heart of the Dragon #1. That's my favorite comic book of the week. And with that, that'll conclude this edition of the classes for this week. But totally join me again next week. And while you're at it, go out, enjoy yourself a good comic book, and especially Calvin and Hobbes, because even though it's a comic strip in comic book form, it's a true classic.